Hi everyone, I greet you and I am Moses and I'm going to take you in a brief of how you can easily work around with a Cinnamon, Cinnamon software. Cinnamon is a premier investment club management software that helps you manage your investment club, SACCO or any savings group. So when you sign up with Cinnamon, that is, we've given you access to the platform. We give you the access logins to you. So for now, let us use the demo. And this is, you put your username as the email address and then the password. And then you have to fill in this captcha. This came in as a security feature to see that we try to reduce those robots that keep on hovering around the internet and putting in malwares. So this is 30. Then we log in. When you log in, so this is the would-be admin dashboard or the treasurer or someone that you have put in charge of managing the application on behalf of the entire savings group, SACCO or investment club. So when you're here, the first thing to do is to add a client or a member. How do we add the members or the clients onto Cinnamon? So you come here, we have this option where we have clients. You view the clients. So to view, these are some of the clients that we have on the platform. So let us add a client. Click on create. When you click on create, this option would be the savings group name or the SACCO name. So the external ID, this is like an ID that you have been using to track the members before they join Cinnamon. So there could be your numbers, could be 1,100, any number that you've been using and would like to transfer it into the system. It's what you put here. Then we select the title. Here we have Mr. Then we type in the first name. I am Moses. And then this is Mahaja. Gender, I am a male. Marital status, married. For number, you can put you can put your accurate number, because in the end, this is the number that will be used to receive SMSs in case you subscribe for SMSs. So we add the number. Just put this number that doesn't, it's not on. Then the country, it's a bit for Uganda. The date of birth, I think let me select 1990, just in case. Then the month of September. So staff, Cinnamon. Then you have to put an active email, because through this active email is what the member will be using to access the platform. So let's use Moses at CinnammonClubs.com. Yeah, the rest are not that very mandatory, though you can add them. They're not very mandatory. Yes, then we save. So we are adding a client called Moses Mahaja onto this platform of Cinnamon. So with this, Moses has been added onto the platform and I will raise up here. I think on this last page. So Moses Mahaja is here, the one that is pending activation. So when you add someone to the platform, that person is not active at that time, but we make that person pending. Then you have to change his status. So you come here, Moses Mahaja, and then you see status is still pending. Then you click on this pending and then you activate this member, and then this member becomes part of the club or SACCO or investment group. So you can choose the date when this person started being part of the club or SACCO, and then you can activate him at that date. So now I am active. So still, this is like we are profiling the person or the member. We have the identification here. If there is any other information about the person we'd like to add onto the platform, you can add that person's national ID, passport, and everything, and then describe them down here through this add identification. Then the next of kin, if I have the next of kin members and I would like to add them here, please, you can just come here and you add next of kin, the details, and then you add that person's next of kin onto the platform. Then if you would like this person to have access to the system, we have to select the login details, and then we add a user because this person is not a user. Then if he is a user, the name will appear here, but if he's not a user, nothing is here. So let's select not user, and then the details will be populated. One, the person's first name, last name, gender. The phone number is not picked, but we can verify that, and the phone number is picked. Then you have to set the password. Okay. Cinnamon. And then the rest are not that mandatory. Then we save. When we save, this person receives an email with the password. Yeah, they receive an email with the password that you've given them there. And when they log in, they can be able to change that password. So that is it when adding a member onto the platform. Then you can come back here and then they view the clients. So Moses Mahaja is here. The status is no longer pending, but it is active. Sorry for this repetition of this, but it has no effect as of now. Yes, that is if we're adding a member. Then if you have something like hundreds of members, we can just download the template from here. After downloading the template, we fill it in. After filling in the template, then we upload as a lump sum. All the members will be uploaded, though it will be taking in the basic fields: name, gender, email, phone number, and the date of birth. The rest can be filled in later. Yes, so that is it if you're adding a member onto Cinnamon. So after adding our member, Moses Mahaja, let's go to another step of how do we add savings on this person's account. Yeah, so to add savings on this person's account, we first of all create what we call the charges. After creating the charges, then we manage products. This is where we create the products, and then we create the savings, and then we can be able to view them and then do the other things. So let us start by managing the charges. So within the charges, this is where we create the charges. There are very many charges out there, but with Cinnamon, we take two. One is that we take the fees and then the charges. The fees are those monies that are paid for a service, and charges are those they are like charges. They are charged when someone falters or doesn't do what is expected out of that person. So here on the savings, now we are creating a charge. So a charge, let's call it a late payment charge. Then we have the savings activation. So there are charges that are charged when your savings account is being created. That is, if you agree upon it as a SACCO or a savings group, an investment club, and then you say that for you to have a savings club, you have to pay this much. So you can set if that rule applies to your investment club or SACCO or savings group. Then specify the due date. This happens when you say specify and then you say if someone's contribution or collection does not come at such and such a date, you do what? You charge this on their savings account. So you specify that. If someone is withdrawing, these are fees now. So we will consider these charges. So amount, you define the money that you charge that person in case they falter on that. So the charge option, this is where we have the flat or percentage, or actually flat. That means that person will be charged 5,000 plain. A percentage of the amount. So this means that if someone has failed to make the payment, but there's a percentage that we'd like, that will be chopped off that person's savings in a percentage calculation. And then this happens when the person's savings balance is there. It's the percentage that will be chopped off in case that person doesn't make the payment. So the currency, we have our mighty Uganda shillings. Then this override means that yes, there's an override here, yes or no. If we say no, that means this charge cannot be edited at the time of assigning it to a product or to a client. If we say override, that means the admin has the authority to edit it while assigning it to different clients. Let me say Moses comes and want to add the savings on my account, but there's a charge. You can edit and say instead of 5,000, you say 20,000. And when it comes to John, you say he maintains 5,000. And you go to Jen, you say Jen pays 8,000. But if this override is not activated, that means the treasury admin cannot edit that while assigning it to the person. So let's save. So now it is active. It's this one, late payment charge. This last one that we have just created. So after that, then we come and manage products. Products are like rules that are governing the savings of this of the SACCO or investment club or savings group. So we create the product. So we give the product the name. So let me call it a monthly collection. The short name, let me say that. The description, let me just copy this and paste it here. The currency, we are using the mighty Ugandan shillings. As the decimal places, these are the values that go beyond after the zeros. So that means there are some figures that will be in float kind of data type that says 2.00, 5.1, something like that. So if we have an interest that is being calculated on this savings, we can specify the interest there. The category, so do people contribute to this voluntarily, or it is a compulsory collection? So I would say it's a compulsory one. Then auto create, so this means that whoever members created, they'll have this if we say yes. If we say no, that means someone has to just assign it to that person. So compounding period, interest posting period, interest calculating type. So these ones all act on the savings. If you put the interest rate and set it, so these ones will be calculated as well. So the lock-in period, this is like, yes, how long does it take for this product to be charged or collected? So we can say once every month. So though we have the frequency of days, weeks, and years. So I'll say once every month. So how much do these people are these people supposed to be paying? So I'll say 200,000 monthly. So that means every person has to be able to collect the 200,000 monthly. Also, this happens, the minimum balance calculate the interest. This happens when we set the interest, but we are not setting the interest right now. So allow overdraft. This happens when the person is going to be able to withdraw these savings beyond what they have. So charges, so there is a charge that is active, this one, the one we have just created. So the accounting rule, this happens when you have already set the accounting charts. And so here, the person will have to go in and then select the account that is going to be able to receive what is coming out of here. So we say active, so it is yes. Or the interest rate is 0. Yes. Okay, so we have created the monthly collection, which is MNC, and this is it. So after creating the savings product, then we can create the savings. So creating the savings, this means that we are going to add this saving onto someone's account. So this our work is done by the admin or the person that we interested in managing our books of accounts using this application. So here we can select that person. So we created Moses Mahaja. So this is it. After there, we consider this monthly collection, the one that I just created. The savings officer, so this assigns the person that you've chosen to be able to update someone's account. So the person's name will appear here. So I'll use Cinnamon Demo by default because even here we are logged in as Cinnamon Demo. If it's the account number, we can put the person's number and then we put his or her external ID because we didn't capture them the other side. That's why they do not appear by default. But if we had captured them, they would appear here by default. The interest rate is 0. The automatic opening balance is 200,000. The login frequency is once every month, and then the charge is this late payment charge. So in case someone falters and if this Moses does not pay the money in the time that has been said, this charge will be effected. So we save. Yes, after saving, then we have to approve. So this can be done by different people. So this one submits, another one will be able to approve, another one will be able to activate this person's savings account. That is if all those offices are available. But if not, we can consider one person to be able to do all this. And then we activate. Yes, we have activated a savings account for Mr. Moses Mahaja, and the current balance is 200,000 because we said it is activated by that much. So that means he has already deposited the 200,000 on his savings account. So this is his savings account, and we can make another deposit here. We can make a withdrawal, we can pay for a loan, we can change the savings officer, we can add a charge if there's a charge that this person is supposed to pay. We can add it from here. We can close the savings, or we can undo his activation. All these options are available. So let us make a deposit on Moses's account. And we come here, then we can add 200,000. Okay, let me say 500. Because this can take in any amount of money, not limited to a particular amount of money. Then the rest are not mandatory, but if they're available, you can add them. The account number, the check number, routing code, receipt, everything, and then the description. So we save. So when we save, we are going to see that Moses's account has been incremented by 500,000. So 500,000 plus the 200, the total up is 700,000. So when you come in transactions down here, you can see that we have recorded only 2 transactions, the one of 200 and the one of 500. And then we have the total down here. You can have this printed and then be able to share it with anyone that would like to receive this. So friends, this is how you add savings on Moses's account, the one we created. 2, we can view these transactions from here. So Moses is here, and this is the last transaction that we have created. So we created this transaction of 200, and then this one of 500, the total of 700 by cash. So still yet, we can actually be able to download a template, and then we populate it with the information and then upload it at once. So that means if we have, let me say 100 people, we cannot continue doing this by one person, one by one, but we can download the template, fill it in, and then upload. It's a savings transaction template. We upload it at once, and all the transactions will appear here, and they will appear in each and every person's account if we have activated that. Yes, so this is it on the savings accounts, and in case of anything, kindly, we have very many channels. You can reach out to us, and then we see how we can be able to support you. Okay.